attention counting those dribbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember what the signal was when they violated that rule?
Double dribble, I think.
You'd like the double dribble. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you remember anybody else that was real influential on that Olympic committee that might be people that other folks would recognize by name?
No, very few were for it. But the Olympic committee consisted of all the people are deceased now, but they weren't, we wouldn't know them anyway, women's basketball. They were just...
And by international, that meant literally all around the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk a little bit about that 131 game winning streak. Do you recall it ever being in jeopardy very often during that time where you said, hey, we could have just as easily only had, and I know you weren't on the front end of that, but just as easily have gotten knocked out, say, at 80 or...
Oh, yeah, even before that. We had a few close games every year because Nashville Business College especially was real strong every year, and Iowa Wesleyan College was strong. They were the two main ones that challenged us every year, but one time we beat Clarendon Junior College and should have beaten them easy, but Buddy Travis was coaching there, and I coached him here at Wayland, and he put a girl right in the face of Reed Alexander, and she was our ball handler, and they nearly beat us.
What was your reaction when it ended? There's a wonderful story that Carlos McLeod, who was the pastor of First Baptist Church, told about being pastor out at Halfway, and he came back to the campus the day after the streak ended, and people were crying, and Dr. Owen was crying, I think he said, and he thought somebody important had died, and he hadn't heard the news, and he said, what's happened? He said, well, the Queens lost their winning streak, and he said he never would forget that because of the emotion on campus, but I guess it was kind of a sad time, wasn't it?
Well, it was. It was kind of a real important time. I don't know too many of the crowds. The girls did, of course, and Dr. Owen took it real serious because Wayland was getting so much attention everywhere for that winning streak.
Right. And still stands by far as the greatest winning streak, I guess, in college history. Talk about the story about Marcus Haynes and the Harlem Globetrotters, their influence on your pregame warm-ups.
Well, I was always trying to work on fan appeal, and one time we were weathered in Nashville at the Noel Hotel, and the Globetrotters were in the same hotel, and they were weathered in, and I got to visiting with them and just happened to think about talked to Mark